Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and today I'm going to be talking about some classic Booktube reads I haven't got to yet. So these aren't necessarily classics, although there are two classics on here. These are actually just books that are really hyped on Booktube, that I talked about all the time and that most people have read that I haven't. And I may not get to them ever, and I may get to them at some point. It'll vary depending on the book. I have 10 books to talk about, so let's get into them. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I haven't read this. I never picked it up when the hype was big because, well, when the hype was big. The hype is still big, but when the first hype train came along, because I don't tend to read contemporary. It's not the sort of thing I want to read. I don't really care about reading about kids in a high school. Especially now that I'm out of that age range, I care even less. But I may give this a chance in the future. This isn't a definite read, this isn't something that I really want to get to, but at the same time I've heard nothing but good things about it, literally nothing but good things, and I would like to give it a shot. So maybe in the future, but I won't rush out and buy it. Maybe if I see it in a charity shop or if I get it out the library. Secondly is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Now, I was really looking forward to this one. I love fantasy, YA fantasy, something I speed through, and I find it really fun. And then there's been a little bit of Twitter controversy around Tomi Adeyemi lately, and it slightly dampened my enthusiasm, which is really sad because the book still looks like it's going to be amazing. I still do intend to get to this, but I probably won't be buying it full price out of Waterstones anymore. I'll probably get it in a charity shop if it randomly appears in one, or out of the library. Next is an actual classic, and that is Lord of the Flies. I think it's by J.D. Salinger, I can't even remember. I've never read this. It wasn't on my specific curriculum for school. I know the people in my school read it, depending on the teachers they had for English literature. I did not. The book I read for English literature for my GCSEs was To Kill a Mockingbird, and I adored that book, but I've never read Lord of the Flies. So I would like to get to it. This is one that I am more likely to get to just because it's something that's referenced a lot, it's something that obviously has stood the test of time, and I would like to give it a go. Then we have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I have never read a Laini Taylor book, and I am just kind of intrigued. There's a lot of either you love it or you hate it around this book, so it may be one I get out of the library and then purchase, depending on how much I like it. Lots of people say that they either really get invested in the story or they just can't get invested, so I'm kind of curious to see where I stand, and apparently the prose is beautiful, so that would be a nice perk. Then we have My Lady Jane. I can't remember the 3 authors that this is by. It'll be on the title. Sorry guys. I watch a lot of Hayley and Bookland's videos. I adore her videos, and she mentions this a lot. She absolutely loved this book, and so it's something I really want to try. I seem to quite enjoy Janes throughout history, so the My Lady Janie's books are something that I would like to give a go. I think they'd be really fun, and I hope that I really would enjoy them. Now for the last actual classic on this book is Fahrenheit 451. I really enjoy dystopian. I enjoy both YA and adult dystopian, and yet I've not read this, just simply because it's never appeared on my shelves and I haven't went out and bought it. Simple as. So this is something that I really need to read. It's something that I should love, it's a topic that I should really enjoy, and should really be able to get my teeth into, so this is a book I would love to read. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. It's fantasy and YA. I should adore it. And then also her Twitter stories are fire, as I have previously mentioned. So I just really want to give these a go. They are so loved within the Booktonet. And I don't hear them talked about too often, but at the same time I've never heard anything bad about them. So I do really want to give this series a shot. The Raven Boys. Ugh, my voice broke. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Books and Lala, Kayla from Books and Lala, talks about these all the time. They are her favourite series, and I'd like to give them a shot. I have read the first chapter of The Raven Boys, and I did enjoy it, but it was on a sampler on an e-reader, so I just never got around to buying it and reading the rest. it's not something that's super high up on my radar, but at the same time it's not something that's going to get kicked off of my radar. I do really want to read this book. I trust Kayla's opinion a lot, and because I've watched her videos for a while now and I've watched all of them, I'm a little obsessed with books in leather. Because I've watched all of them, I know like whether I'm going to agree with her opinion or not on quite a few books, because we have a different taste in books. So I think this is something that I should enjoy. I'm not expecting it to be a 5-star read, I'm expecting 3.5, 4, but I would still like to get to them. Then there is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sands? I don't know. Everyone struggles with this who I see talking about it. I've heard some negative things about the author, but I've heard some amazing things about the book, and obviously, as you guys know, it has a ridiculous number of rewards on the cover, so I would like to give it a shot, essentially. This one is quite low down on the list of like classics that I haven't read, of like ones that you should read if you're on Booktube, just because of the controversy with the author and because it's not a genre I tend to reach for, but it is something that I would kind of like to pick up. And the final book is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Moniscalco? I think I said that atrociously wrong. I cannot remember the author's name. All the apologies. This is from the James Patterson Presents kind of publishing area, and it just looks super interesting. Like, Jack the Ripper is part of British history, and the concept of having a girl going after him and trying to hunt him sounds like a lot of fun. So this is definitely something that I want to get to. I've never seen it in a charity shop in the UK, I've never seen it in a bookshop in the UK, so if I spot it, I'll get it, essentially. And that's it. Those were 10 books that I should have read and haven't read. There are obviously many, many more books that I should have read and haven't read, including the 150 on my bookshelves. Why am I adding to that list? Who knows? But these are just some books that I talked about a lot on Booktube, and I feel like I'm missing out by having not read them. So maybe one day I will get to them. Maybe one day I'll go back and look on this video and be like, oh, I've still not read any of them. Who knows? But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to keep watching some more of me, then hit that subscribe button down below. I have my Twitter, my Instagram, my Goodreads, and my blog all linked in the description. They're in every video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!